So we're actually live here at a Spectrum event, believe it or not. It's the Crash Live event 2025, and we've got two absolute legends with me. I've been chatting a bit earlier, and thought we'd get them on the video, and obviously live here. Now, hopefully, it'll pick up the sound because I have my trusty mic, and we have Tony Warriner here, which we're going to talk about you and your background briefly, because we could be here all day.
Okay, yeah.
And we have Stoo Cambridge. So, guys. Give us a quick introduction for people who don't know you, because obviously we're a global account. We've got people from all over the world. Tokyo, it could be New York, and obviously UK. Give us a bit of a hello and who you are.
Hello, I'm Stoo Cambridge. I'm an artist and game designer, illustrator. Probably know me from my work at Sensible Software, Sensible World of Soccer, Cannon Fodder, Sensible Golf. And we're here celebrating the Crash Live, and we've got our game UrbX Warriors.
Fantastic. So, you've been in gaming a long time. How many years?
I started gaming in 1987, so that's over 30 years. So a long time. So been around a few years.
So you are retro.
Very retro, and we've come back to our roots because now we're developing on the Spectrum Next, and we're loving every minute of it.
Tony, tell us a bit about you.
I'm Tony Warriner. I started writing games in like 1985 or something like that. I worked with Charles Cecil at Arctic Computing, and then we went on to found Revolution Software, where we did games like this, Beneath a Steel Sky and Broken Sword, and more recently got together with Stoo to form Brazen Gameplay, and we're writing this game UrbX Warriors.
So UrbX Warriors is kind of why you're here. Obviously, there's more to the story which we'll kind of come on to. I think we probably need another interview with you guys in a sort of place where we can talk for a little longer. So this is a little teaser, and I think you're going to be on a journey with this game. Is that right?
Yeah, we are. I mean, we started talking about this project a couple of years ago, just by some off-the-cuff comment where we joked that we should make a game together one day. And then we thought about it, and rather than just do one simple little Spectrum Next game, we thought we'll have grander plans and take the game on a bigger journey across multiple platforms. Really going back to basics, you know, the old school game development, old school gameplay, great graphics, and just literally look at how we can expand it into something really big and hopefully appeal to people who are into this retro scene.
So on the retro scene stuff, why go back to pixels? You know, where there's so much opportunity to use technology, got the new consoles, you know, and you're doing it on a Next as well.
Well, sometimes constraints are good, you know, and you know, so our plan is to do the opposite of a lot of people. So we're going to start off on a simple platform, just refine the core gameplay, core graphics, get everything working perfectly, and not get distracted by having too many features. So just the core, you know, just the core game. And then we'll move on to bigger platforms, 16-bit platforms, expand the game a little bit. The bits that work we'll develop further. Anything that doesn't work, we'll get rid of it. And the game will just evolve upwards rather than sort of shoehorning downwards.
Okay, so you're almost like on the metal, starting with the lowest common denominator of system.
Yeah, like making an arcade machine or something like that. That was our sort of principle, really. And you know, it is retro, but it's also everything that we've learned in the last 40 years going back into it. So although the platforms are old retro platforms, you know, there's also a lot of modern techniques with the development as well. So it's kind of a mix of old and new.
So I'll ask you both the same question, really. From your back catalogue, and you know, it's pretty cool, and we'll put the links to the game, but also for yourselves and socials. But are there any sort of titles that you developed in the past where it's influenced what you're doing, or even other games with this game? You know, how's that come about, perhaps?
I mean, for me, it was my time working at Sensible Software. I learned a hell of a lot about what makes a good game and the mechanics of gameplay, which a lot of people I don't think a lot of people fully understand. You know, the whole risk-reward factor, and giving people a sense of achievement when you're playing a game and rewarding people during the process. I mean, Cannon Fodder probably was the grounding that set me off on my path after Sensible, and I learnt so much from that. And we've put a lot of that stuff that we've learnt over the years into UrbX Warriors. You know, so it goes back to basics. and it's that sense of achievement when you're playing it, and you're not blaming the game for your mistakes. You blame yourself.
Right.
You know, if you do something in the game that you lose a life, it's the frustration is taken on yourself. I shouldn't have done that. It's not the game, and that's down to our experience of crafting software.
How about you? How have you drawn on your experience of the previous heritage, and what you've done?
I guess it's just years and years of developing games and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and what players say and what they don't, and also analysing where people get stuck and all this kind of thing. So we're just focusing on core gameplay, and we're looking at AAA games and thinking these games just lack focus. They've got a lot of fluff around them, but something they're lacking something. They're lacking soul. And you look back at the classic games, the classic arcade machines. They've got something that makes them living things, and people kind of are grasping for that kind of thing again. So and our feeling was the same as players. So we're just going gut instincts. We'll do what we want to do, and that should be the right thing.
Okay, so you're doing it for the passion, for the love,
yeah.
And you must have been thinking about this
for
game
ourselves. We're doing it for ourselves as much as anyone. Yeah.
So you are the business, you are the team, you're doing everything.
We are at the moment, yeah.
You are at the moment.
Yeah. We're making the tea, we're making the game.
But you're talking about different platforms, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we start off on the very base level with the Spectrum Next, and then we'll move up to one of our favourite machines, the Amiga. So we'll go on to 16-bit, and then we'll do platforms like Mega Drive and Sony PlayStation 1. Great machines that have got good support these days. For the reasons we talked about, they're machines with soul, and we want to write for them. And now we think we can do, so we're going to go for it.
How long ago were you thinking about doing this? It's been gestating for a while. Use that word. Is it very interesting? You come up with character design, the game itself. There's a lot that's gone into this thing.
Yeah, well, we've known each other online for a year before we actually physically met, and we met at Zap Live a couple of years ago. And as I said before, we joked about making a game together, and then we thought about it seriously. And we thought, well, if we're going to do this, let's make something that we can build upon. And the whole theme of urban exploring, we both shared an interest. Not we don't go and do it, but we like to watch a lot of videos on YouTube about urban exploring, and it's a fascinating subject. So we thought, why don't we incorporate that into a game design? And we like the top-down shooting games, and we like exploration and adventure games, and it all kind of accumulated into this kind of rough game design, and it just became UrbX Warriors and the Lost City, and it developed from there really.
Would you ever do it on a Game Boy, maybe?
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, we like that machine, and it's underrated. It's got a lot more power than people think. So I think Game Boy Advance could be a goer. Yeah.
And interesting game. So do you guys collect old games, or do you have any do you have an Amiga at home? How does that work?
Yeah, I got shelves and shelves of retro machines. Okay. Way too many.
What would you say? Put you on the spot, top 3 kind of machines. Could be consoles, computer. What do you personally like?
At the moment, we really like Amiga, and we're really interested in Neo Geo as well. I never knew the Neo Geo, and I never had one. But looking at the way it works, from a coding and design point of view, the way that everything is a sprite, it's just like a really interesting machine. And you look at the games that came out for it and the history of the people that worked on it, Metal Slug and things like that. To go back and work on that and do something hopefully comparable, that's quite exciting, isn't it? So yeah, we're really interested in that kind of thing.
How about you, Stu? Do you have any loves at home?
Yeah, I do. I've got
your babies.
I've got my Amigas. I've got a few of my original Amigas I've worked on at Sensible. I've got Mega Drive. I've got SNES. I've got pretty much all the old consoles from back in the day. I actually got a Neo Geo. I know. But as Tony said, the thought of working on Neo Geo, we are looking at possibly doing it on the Neo Geo at some point because the hardware is so just good. But yeah, to be honest, the Amiga at the moment is my centre of attention. It's nice to revisit it, because back in the 90s it was my daily machine, so I used it all the time. So going back to it today, it's like you're stepping back in them shoes again, and it's like, yeah, it's that buzz is accumulating in my stomach. I'm like, yes, getting really excited about it again. So yeah.
It sounds like you guys are on a journey, right? And we want to follow that. It's going to be interesting for us to do. We talked earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the start of something you want to take further. You know, it's clear to me. So, how do people do that? You're on social media and such like, or you got a website? How does that work?
We're all very available on socials. Yeah. I mean, Twitter and Blue Sky and stuff like that. Facebook. We have an itch page where the projects are. So yeah. We're a bit behind on the website. We need to do the website.
So 2026 is going to be an interesting year then.
It's going to be a very busy year. Yeah.
And we're doing. I'd like to get into the game more, but in summary, nice a snapshot for anybody who doesn't know about the game. Perhaps hasn't got a next as well, and they're looking forward to maybe other titles. Why would they want to down their hopes and dreams for GTA 6 and jump on this right now? Put you on the spot.
Yeah, I never thought the GTA 6 would be our main competitor, but we're working at a slightly reduced budget from those guys and slightly less people. But there's a good chance our game will be just as playable as GTA 6, to be honest.
It's an easy game to pick up and play and get into.
Yeah, because our principle was arcade machine. Walk up to it, put 10p in, learn how to play it straight away, and that was our guiding principle for the whole design of this game.
And how many levels in the game?
How many levels, Stoo?
You're probably looking at about 80 plus.
Wow, it's a big game that you want to play.
Yeah, 60 to 80. 60 to 80.
You want to get all the all the rewards and everything as well, and complete it properly. You can play it like an arcade game, really, and get fully good at it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the idea, what Tony said, the idea is you start the game and you're urban exploring. You enter this area which you think is like an archaeological site. You break in, and then you find it's actually paranormal, and it's a you think it's a lost temple, but it's actually a lost city under the ground. And as you go through, you discover like zombies and paranormal entities, and the idea is you've got to work your way back out again. And there's all sorts of things in the game. There's 4 types of weapons, plus we've got a big BFG weapon in there, and you've got potions and magic things to collect, locks to unlock, traps, puzzles, and it's just basically all the elements in the old games that we like from the arcades and the computers, and we've put it into this one. So we've just drawn from lots of influences from many different titles over the years, and we're just crafted it into something we are making our own and we want to play. That's the gist of it. We want to play it ourselves.
Cool. I'll do a last little round-up question. You're not allowed to choose your own game on this one, right? Desert Island. Whatever comes into your head first, don't think about it too much. What are the top 3 games that you would take on that desert island?
Elite, Ultima 7, Pac-Man.
That's mixed. How about you, Stu?
I'd probably pick one of the Mario games. I'd say probably the Super Mario on the Super Nintendo, because that was awesome. Super Mario Sunshine. There's a theme here, isn't there?
Sensing the Mario theme.
And I would probably take let's go for Sonic the Hedgehog, because I used to play that an awful lot when we were developing Cannon Fodder.
Interesting. Wow, that's I wouldn't have thought most of that, to be honest. But I'll do mine now. I mean, it's going to be Outrun. It always is with me. Monty Mole. I think I can go back. There is Peter Harrop over there. That was not prompted, by the way. And especially the new one on the next looks quite exciting. And then I've got a bit of a thing for Afterburner, So I was looking at the joysticks, your friends there, and they've got a nice flight stick in prototype. So there's my 3. But in the comments, guys, let me know your top 3 desert island discs. Thanks for your time today, and we'll do another interview because I want to get into the game a little bit deeper, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you on the next video.